How does it feel once you decide, I don't snack? Triangles are very strong shapes, and the easy way to lose weight and stay thin, I visualize as a triangle, the base of which is the commitment. I don't snack. But the other two sides are made up of the corollary, which is don't pile your plate too high, and the ancillary rules that you make up for yourself, for your body, for your lifestyle. And you put those three together and you've got a very strong shape that should hold your life together, at least where it concerns food. I would argue for the rest of your days. I would hope for the rest of your days. If you sort of landed on this video and you're thinking, what's he talking about? Check out my last video. It was a short video, just 10 minutes to lose weight. And that explains it all. For this video though, I want to focus on the commitment. This is the fulcrum around which the whole of this idea of the easy way to lose weight rotates. It's central to your success as somebody who's going to lose weight through not eating between meals. I want to talk to you today about how it feels. 4 feelings that I think it's sort of brought about in me. I've been doing this for 4 years now. I first said I don't snack in May 2021. No regrets at all. I'm very pleased with, living my life under this simple rule. But I do want to talk honestly about how it feels, because if you're sort of thinking, I might give this a go, I might see if this works for me, it might help you to understand what you got in store for you. So I think the 4 feelings are that you, first of all, you feel in control. You also feel hungry, especially because of the corollary, don't pile your plate too high. You feel in control. You feel proud as well. You feel a lot of pride, especially if the weight falls off. And the 4th thing I want to talk about, and perhaps this is the bulk of what this video is going to be about, is you do at times feel frustrated. And I want to talk you through that and perhaps discuss a few approaches you can take to that frustration so that it doesn't become a bigger problem than it is. So first of all, the first feeling that I report from having made this commitment, I don't snack, it is a feeling of control. Straight away, you're overweight, you're fat, you're fed up, and straight away you've got a roadmap, and it's a really easy one to follow. It's just, I only eat meals and I know how big those meals are going to be, and I'm going to look forward to them, and I'm not going to feel bad about it, and there's going to be no more food anxiety. The sense of control that gives you is highly significant. It's not to be ignored. And look, this is true of all keep fit and sort of diet regimes. As soon as you start one, when early days, this is great. What's that? The couch to 5K or something, when you go for the running thing and you build up your running every day and you're full of enthusiasm and you're following the app on your phone, or you've got a new diet and it's like, I know what I've got to eat. I know what I'm not allowed to eat. I know what I mustn't eat. I know what I must eat, and I'm full of enthusiasm. But with most of these regimes, most of these keep fit and dieting regimes, the enthusiasm, the sense of control dies. In fact, the regime ends up controlling you. That's the feeling that seems to come through. It's a bit like wrestling a monster. So your weight is a monster, it's a bad thing in your life. It's something that you've struggled with and you decide to wrestle it. You've got this new technique, taekwondo, judo, whatever it is, you're going to wrestle it. And you find that the technique is not good enough. After a while, the monster's got you pinned down. This new regime, it's something you feel you dread and you feel you've got no choice but to try and plow on and carry on with. And that sense of control flips. It's like a judo move when your weight gain, your weight issues push you onto your back and you tap out and give up. And this is why so many diets and fitness regimes and gym memberships lapse and fail. The failure rate for this industry, the keep fit weight loss industry, is appalling. It's really, really, truly bad. So I would argue from experience that I don't snack. This simple rule by which you're going to live is so easy that that sense of control, that you have control over the problem rather than it having control over you. That sense of control, it lasts. It stays there. Well, it has for me. You know, it's been 4 years. How rude. It's been 4 years. And I still feel in control. It's still very easy to keep on top of. In fact, I take for granted now, it's so much part of my life, I take for granted the level of control I have over the amount of food I eat. So that control's good. You do feel hungry though. This is the second feeling I want to talk about. This is sort of self-explanatory, but perhaps people often miss this bit out. If you're going to lose weight, you need to eat a lot less food than you were eating previously. That's going to have to change. There's no two ways about it. With this comes down to the size of the meals on your plate. You're not eating between the meals, so you don't need to worry about snacking and the damage that's doing to your waistline. But you do need to now really focus on each plateful. And as you pile the plate up, you've got to think about that magic number, the number for that meal. I know mine, 240, 650 and 1000. Those are my 3 meals throughout the day, small, medium and large. And you'll work yours out and you'll know your meal sizes. And then you pile up the food to that amount, depending on which meal it is. So you will feel hungry though, as you lurch from meal to meal. You'll feel that lack of calories because you're burning off fat, you're burning off your excess weight. If you don't, you're not going to lose it. So you're going to feel that. But as I've argued in previous videos, that's not necessarily entirely a bad feeling. Hunger's supposed to feel uncomfortable. We're genetically and designed by evolution to feel less than pleased about the sensation of hunger. It's supposed to motivate us to go out and find food. Now, in a world of sparsely sort of located nutrients, where it's hard to actually find food, that's a very good thing, that you're motivated, so motivated to go out and pick some berries and climb up for some honey and go chase down a hare, a rabbit or an antelope. That's a good thing because you need those calories. But in this day and age of plenty, where it's spilling out of every cupboard, fridge and shop and advert, it's no longer appropriate. So what we've done with the feeling of hunger, with I don't snack, what you do is you put that hunger into good service, into good use. So what's it doing? What's the hunger doing? This feeling that's an unpleasant feeling, ordinarily a motivating feeling to go out and find some food. Well, what you're doing is it makes you look at your watch. And you look at your watch and you go, oh, right, 20 minutes till lunch. And then that actually reinforces your enthusiasm for this commitment. I don't snack. It's like, it's a good news story, not a bad news story. You don't look at your watch and go, oh, it's 20 minutes. I mean, you might do a little bit, but actually that 20 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever it is, it'll fly by. And in the meantime, you can, react to the impending meal a bit like a child would, oh, we're going to go to the shop and get some sweets. Children have such an uncomplicated relationship with food, or at least they should have. And we've got to sort of try and get that back. And that's really what I'm trying to encourage and endorse with this commitment. So what's the third feeling? You feel in control. You feel hunger and you also feel pride. This is the third one. Now, this starts to come when other people notice that you've lost weight. When you start to notice that you've lost weight, when your jeans fit you better than they have done for months. And then you feel pride. You feel, God, I've done this. This has worked. It's working. It looks like it's going to carry on working right up until the point I actually hit my target weight and become one of those thin people, one of those normal weight people, instead of an overweight, blubbery mess that perhaps I am at the moment. I've been there. That sense of pride, drink it in. It's yours. You've earned it. And it will feel like it's come remarkably easily. People will comment. People say, you're on a diet, and you'll pick them up on that because it's not a diet. It's a commitment. You just say, no, I just stopped eating between meals. And they go, oh, yeah, right. You know, slightly, we all know vaguely that eating between meals is not a good idea, but we're not quite sure why. I think we think that eating between meals is a bad idea because it'll ruin your appetite, which is nonsense. That's nothing but an old wives' tale. This ruined appetite idea is kind of the opposite of the truth. You've usually got room for your meal and snacks, and all you're doing is just never ever allowing yourself to feel even the slightest pang of hunger. It's a very unnatural thing to do. Cavemen never did that. Our ancestors never had the chance to do that, but we do it. You know, we just keep grazing. We're not grazing animals, we're not sheep. The fourth thing I think you'll feel is frustration. Look, we're a social animal. That's the glory of being a human being. We move around in tribes and families and various groups, and we trade with each other, joke with each other, war with each other, and make love with each other. I sniggered like a schoolboy then. But we do all these things as social animals. And it's a wonderful thing, but it's also quite frustrating. Other people are, frankly, bloody annoying. I'm sorry, there's no two ways about it. Look, I'm sitting in my daughter's car right now. There's a reason for that. It's not because the sound quality is better. It's not because I think I look better in this light. It's not because I've got more space, which I haven't. I'm cramped up in this tiny little... Is it a Peugeot? It is a Peugeot, isn't it? I'm doing it because I can't get any peace and quiet. I can't get any space to myself at home right now. There's people coming in and out, slamming doors, asking me questions, pecking my head, getting in the way. I can't get 10 or 15 minutes to record a simple video for you. And you matter to me. So I've had to drive off into the middle of nowhere so I can record this. That's how frustrating other people are. But like I say, we're a social animal, and it's a good thing to be a social animal. It's not a bad thing. And we shouldn't try and do what I've done here too much. You know, isolate ourselves, become like atomized blobs of humanity that barely interact with each other except through a small screen, like I am now with you. We've got to be in each other's company, in each other's presence, in each other's lives, especially with family members, friends, customers, fellow worshippers, neighbours. You know, these people are important. So, to that end, the fourth feeling you will get when you say, I don't snack, is frustration. Frustration at how other people muck about with this. It's a simple plan. It's 3 meals a day. You know when they're going to happen. You've spaced them out nicely. You know what size they're going to be. And then someone in your life comes along and turns it all upside down. And you've suddenly got to either reach for your ancillary rules or negotiate. And that is the answer. That's what you need to do. In life, you either accommodate or negotiate, or fight. I don't recommend the third. That's how you get around the frustration that other people provide for you, that present to you. And so it is with I Don't Snack. My wife is forever committing me to tasks, jobs, meetings at 12 o'clock, right in the middle of the day. It's her favourite time to do something that I need to be involved with. I get no choice. Obviously, she's in control. Domestic control, that's what I call her. And sometimes I can negotiate and go, well, can we make it 12:30? Or can we do it earlier? Or can you do it on your own? Or can I do it tomorrow? So sometimes I can negotiate. Sometimes it's there for very solid, intractable reasons. You know, I've got to do it now because we've got this other thing and that needs to be done before the other thing is going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. So no, do it now. And she gets frustrated with me because I won't just have a penguin bar while I'm doing the thing that we need to do. I want to have a meal. Now, sometimes I can eat the meal while we're doing the thing we need to do, but very often I can't. And so, yeah, you get those kind of frustrations. And I won't eat the penguin bar. I won't have the snack. I won't do the snacking. Now, I do have ancillary rules to cope with chaotic and busy days. And I'm going to do a whole video on ancillary rules, like in a bit more detail about how you might shape your ancillary rules to suit your life. But there are always those moments where somebody just throws something, you know, in front of your feet to trip you up. And it is frustrating. And I'm just being honest about this. Look, all diets, all fitness regimes, whatever you choose, there's a social cost to all of them. If you're a vegetarian, try getting invited to a barbecue. If you're a Muslim and you don't drink, try getting invited down the pub. There's a social cost. Whatever it is you decide to do, whatever restriction you decide to bring into your life, especially when it comes to food and drink. And we've brought in a restriction. I don't snack is, albeit a mild one, and not a very inconvenient one, it is still a restriction. And every so often, it's a bit annoying. And there's another milder frustration you may recognise once you say I don't snack, and that is that other people will be passing around the hobnobs. You know, they'll be sharing biscuits and crackers and cheeses and sweets and fruit and all sorts of stuff. And if it's between a meal and another meal, you're not going to join in. It's not going to happen. And that's a bit frustrating, but not for long. And to be honest, I find that when people are snacking around me, can't lie, I feel a bit smug, to be honest. It's like, that's why I'm not fat, because I don't do that. I don't say that to them, obviously, but I definitely think it. So those are the 4 feelings I think you're going to get once you take the plunge and make the commitment. You're going to feel, first of all, that you're in control, and that will stay with you. Unlike other diets, other fitness regimes, it won't get control of you. You will keep control of it. The second thing is you will feel hungry. You are eating less food than you're used to. Of course you're going to feel hungry. Sorry about that. There's nothing we can do about it. You're going to feel pride as well as the weight falls off, as people start to notice, as you look better in photographs, as your jeans fit you much better than they ever have done. You're going to feel pride. And the fourth feeling is frustration. But like I say, negotiate or accommodate. Lean into your ancillary rules. Talk to the people around you. Every so often you will need to make it clear to your family, no, I need to eat that meal or else I'll crawl the wall with hunger. And I ain't snacking. It's not what I do. Let me know about your feelings. I don't normally, being a bloke, I don't normally care too much for people's feelings. But this is an important thing to me. I want to know how it feels if you've taken the plunge recently. You're trying this out. You're going to go for I don't snack as you're sort of the base of this triangle. And you're starting to do it. I want to know how it feels. I want to know if there's anything else you could add to this list of 4 feelings that you get with I don't snack. Comments below. I'll always read them and respond when I can. Until the next video, good luck with it. And if you're thinking about taking the plunge, do it.